All right, good afternoon. It is 3:07 Eastern Time, looking at our trading plan for Thursday, September 29, 2022. See what happened here. So we opened in range and value. We pretty much came down very strong in A period. The market internals were very strong to the sell side. We did not rotate primarily within yesterday's range, so this did not happen. Okay, we didn't get a chance to sell the value area high. There was an opportunity to buy the value area low. I tried that and it failed. There was an opportunity to buy the prior low of day. I don't remember what happened there, but we also had an opportunity for a back end, okay? Maybe several times, depending on how you played it. So was it a rotation to back up to the upside? No. Did not happen that way, and we did not get our 80% rule situation to hold, so these things did not work out, really, okay? Doesn't mean there weren't some opportunities within there, but the overall idea to balance and rotate didn't really happen. Arguably, because we did. I'll show you in a second. We did rotate way back up to the overnight low. Actually, let me show you right now. So here's our low from yesterday, right? And here's where I'd have to pull in a minute chart, but I want to make this a short video. Here's where we came down in B period, and I think it plowed right through. So there were some stopping points. You had the value area high over here, right here from 2 days ago. There were opportunities if you wanted to get in front of it, but it was very strong. I have to admit, I got in front of it a couple times, and with some success, and it didn't work out. Let me put it that way. It didn't work out. I think I got too caught up with this idea for the rotation, the upside, and the 80% rule. I got tricked into the order flow in the overnight, which started to, WX. We moved up pretty strongly, and really felt like we would. Gosh, this moved since I was here last. Whoops, sorry about that. So after I make the video and everything, I switch over to my other layout. The VPOC moved here. So we came out of here, and it just kind of kept on trucking, and had a lot of stopping points along the way, little moves that could be exploited. But anyway, back to the story. Sorry, it's hard to go back almost 6 hours and think what happened here, but I wanted to make this video earlier, but I had some other things I needed to take care of. So anyway, this didn't work too well, right? I mean, you could have. Now later there was a back end on the low of day that worked very well, but you had to be very patient, right? So it's very easy, and I'm talking to myself here, it's very easy to get caught into like, okay, one of these is going to play out, and it's going to play out in the first half hour, 60 minutes, and so you're looking to make it work. It just doesn't work that way, okay? So if someone was patient, this back end in D period, right? When I say back end, I mean we came out of yesterday's range and came back in D period was very good, and E period, very good, and F period, very good, right? Came all the way up here. Now, there was also an opportunity to short. This you probably can't see it. The blue line is just an S1. That's an inflection point that people probably got short below, but we're also below the overnight low. This also happens to be from the high of the day to at the time, let's see here, where it went. I made this a little while ago. Yeah, at the time, the B low, the initial balance low, okay? This was the 618 retracement, all right? Common Fibonacci retracement. Also, from the overnight high to the initial balance low, this was a 38.2 retracement. So one could look at this as, if we did get back up here, this could be a nice little sell zone, how you used it, or how you played it, okay? I like to draw fibs as things develop and you start to get some structure. It's very helpful and fascinating because confluence is very powerful. Now, if you go on to call Fibonacci and Elliott waves and stuff like that voodoo, you know, I kind of think that you really are blind. At any rate, I'll leave it there. It really baffles me that people can see this phenomenon occur again and again and just scoff at it. So, at any rate, moving on. Let's see. Moving on down the road, let's say. So clear overnight and hold. You know, this was looking to the upside like yesterday, but continuing. This didn't work at all. But number 3, take out the low of day. All right, so we were looking longs at pre-identified inflection points below. And I honestly, I guess I was kind of in a hurry to make the video. I didn't really go down and explore that, but you know, I put these things on here. I have to tell you that these red lines here, I was looking back before I started recording this video. I don't remember why I put them there. I don't know now. I don't recall, and I didn't make notes. I tried to make a little text note on it, and I think I might have done that and just quickly put them there for some reason, thinking I'm going to get back to it, and I didn't. But they held very nicely. So we continued on down from the overnight low. This probably would have been the trade of the day if you didn't trade early. All the way down, okay, for about 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, right? And we came down to this area here. So there's a value area high on 11:30 and value area low of 9:27 that's a couple days ago in the overnight value area low. You can see it right back here, the purple and blue. And this is the overnight trade that had not been recovered from, or it left, and we still haven't taken it out yet. We've got an overnight low here that hasn't been. These are the pre-identified inflection points. Okay, got a volume point of control from 11:30. Now, do these matter anymore? You know, this is not quite a year ago, but it's like 9-10 months ago. Does it matter? Hey, the market says it does. Who are we to argue with that? Look at this. Why did the value area high matter again here, right? Why did this little ledge here matter again? And we had it trading quite a bit there in the overnight the other night. Now let me scroll back and just show you what that is. Go all the way back to 11. Let's see. It's 12:21. Well, let me show you where I'm getting this from. All right. So if you look at the daily, this continuous contract here, and we're right here. Well, no, we're not right here. Let's see here. Somehow, all right, it went way back, way too far. I might have this chart linked to another one or something. Yeah, okay. So this is where we're looking right here, all right? We've got these 2 days. You've got this one here, which is 12:21. If I could get on it, 12:21. So we go back and look at the structure there and the volume. And then this took out this day right here. So this kind of doesn't matter as much, although you could pull these all together and look at levels that way. But at one point we had a gap up, but again, that came through and was cleared up. But we want to look here because now we're in that price territory. Okay, so we want to look at 11:30. So that's what I did. So I just went back and looked at 11:30. And where are we here? So this is 12:21. Make this bigger. Right here. Okay. So 12:21. You can see all these lines. These are all inflection points. Do they matter? The market says they do. You know, why does it matter? I don't know. But at any rate, again, here are these two lines. I don't know why I put them there. I don't remember now. There could be something else that happened. Either way, they held well. You got the overnight value very low from 927 a couple days ago. And then now we get into the territory of 1130 down here. So that we need to back up for. Okay. Now I could go and mark 3 wide, 4 wide, all these things, but you know, there's I don't know. It did jump out at me. So let me try to back up here. 1130. All right, right here. Okay, you can see this is the value area low right here. Okay, remember we haven't been back down here in a long time. Let's see, 1220 overnight was too wide there. 4 weeks, 4 wide on 1130 right here. Mark that off. Okay. And I could pull these together and start making other levels and zones, but I haven't done that. Overnight low on 1220 happens to be too wide there. You know, I could throw a line here and say, okay, well, we got some confluence, and we do. You know, this is excess, so this might hold even, or you know, might get a bounce. And then I marked the low from 1130. So I got the tick off here. But there you go. So that's where that stuff comes from, and it, you know, market memory, right? It matters for some reason. And it's important to know what happened in the past to know what's going to happen today or tomorrow. So there we go. Now it looks like we're kind of back into just like rotating within this overnight range from the 27th. But anyway, those are the plans, right? We haven't really gotten the continuation because we still have. We had a strong move to start, but is long liquidation resumed to the downside? Maybe in fits and starts. I mean, I wouldn't say this is really carried out yet, so I'm going to throw an X through that. But this has, right? Now again, when I talk about getting long, I'm not saying like, oh, you get long and now we're going up all day, okay? You might want a short in the overall context of thing, but I have no way of knowing what's going to happen when the day opens. And but this was the idea, to take out the low of day, look for longs at pre-identified inflection points, and that would have worked well. So this ideal conditions, I didn't update these. This does not. I'm sorry, but this does not really fit this situation. Build value area first. Value and value area first. Later move to value area high or low, and then we're talking about taking out the low of day. So that this is I had rearranged, if you recall, I rearranged my columns and I changed some order of things. So this sort of doesn't really fit. So, at any rate, that's the update for today. Sorry if it wasn't fulfilling, but you know, that's what happened. Stuff doesn't always work out the way you think it might, and you have to adapt. And there might be smaller opportunities in between. And if we're patient, the back end was fantastic. The shorting of the overnight low was fantastic. I don't know if this is going to happen. We still have 40 minutes, but there you go. This is what happened. We took out yesterday's low, and we've kind of rotated underneath there, really. So here's yesterday's low. Kind of came back in. We've rotated back down. Made a little more progress to the downside, but you know, it's sort of rotational. You know, I don't know where we'll close, but that's where we are. I think it's important to note, look at all the anomalies in the overnight here, and look how much volume traded on this day, way down here. It's quite a bit, really, for an overnight session. And quite a bit of time was spent at each of these prices. It was really fat. So often we see in the ES, the overnight is elongated. We've got several distributions, but you know, this is quite a fat boy right there, right? Got a couple distributions, but you know, spent a lot of time down here. So it makes sense that we're having to kind of churn back and forth through it and figure out value, and I'm sure people are adjusting inventories or whatever, however it works, all right? I don't care. I just want to find a spot to get long or short where the risk doesn't seem too much, and try and take a bite out of it. So make a great afternoon. Thanks a lot. Bye.